All right, we're going to start. We're going to start in again. When we were thinking about putting this client conference on, one of the topics, obviously, we wanted to have you meet the president, and the 4-5 timing turned out to be well to show that. But we have this discussion continually at EWA Software, and we find out that it's not just amongst our own clients. That back in 2006, when we became a reseller for paperless, I had this vision that I was so excited that when we got into this product, that it would be on everybody's desktop. It would be like Outlook. It would be like I could not, if you work for the company, you would never close the paperless icon because you're going to be in there all the time because we are. And I wasn't naive to think that we were going to be totally paperless. Okay, maybe that's a name that Seth might rethink again, but just kidding.
It's less.
But less paper. Yeah, paper less is what he meant to say, less paper. Well, we have very few of our clients, and this is not to say anything bad, it's just that we get stuck at AP. About 95% of the time that we put an installation in, it goes through AP and then it stops. And we're not quite sure why. We've had all kinds of discussions about why that happens. Is it us? Is it the company? What can we do different? Because we believe that this is where it's going and that it's just a matter of time before everybody does jump on board. But maybe there's certain things. Now, where we found a lot of resistance, at least in the construction companies, is project management. They're basically pushed back quite a bit because it's different from what they're used to doing. They love to go to the tree structure that's built up and then go here and click here and click here. But then we also hear at the same time, we lose documents. We can't find them. They're disappearing. They're not where they're supposed to be. But no matter how hard we try to sell it, the project managers go, well, when I go into paperless, it doesn't look like it should. I want to be able to click a job and then have all the items come underneath of it. And I think that's something paperless is going to be moving towards here pretty quick, that you will have that structure. But I've watched many companies, and one of the companies, a large company of our client of ours, that's been a client for Timberline for a long time, is Gothic Landscaping out of Valencia. They did not start with AP. They started with payroll. And I have that person here with us today, Elizabeth Simpson. She's been the champion of this since we started doing paperless. And she got, I don't know how long you've spent on it now. When did we start, Elizabeth?
Latter part of 2008.
Okay. So we've gone a long time just staying in the HR, and then it went to AP, and now Elizabeth is actually moving it into the other departments. So I thought, rather than me tell you what I think should happen to make this happen, is that you should hear from one of our users. And I've told Elizabeth to say, both good and bad, what's happened at her company. Some background, Gothic has two companies. They have a landscaping company and they have a service company. At the peak of, I would say, when everything was rocking and rolling, so to speak, I think they had anywhere, I think Gothic alone had 2,500 to 3,000.
We were max almost 2,000 employees between the two companies.
Okay. So good sized company employee-wise, and different divisions, different locations. And so without any further ado, as they say, I'm going to bring Elizabeth up, and I want her to, she's going to tell her story basically of paperless environments and what they've done so far to deploy it throughout their company.